like really, would you? Well, I'll just set up the mic here. Delete the account or something. Yeah. Yeah, or can't you hide it, or you know, mute. Just mute notifications, man. Mute notifications. Oh, I thought you could. Tailor your notifications. Well, you can, because I asked someone that once, and they said, because I said, if you remember, I said, so if you turn on all notifications for Big Jet TV, does that mean that you constantly get notifications for all the accounts that you're subscribed to? And okay. Okay. Because I think if you hide it, it doesn't, you know. It's just the same. Oh, show on my radio. It's just the same. Oh, show on my radio. On my radio. Right, well, the horses seem to be content. No. And we have United Airlines Dash 10 787 Dreamliner. Morning, folks. Not your, again, out of the normal remit. This is something that we're just doing for a friend of ours who's flying in on Etihad's 777-300 old livery passenger jet, but being utilised purely for PPE. I believe it's a transit style flight that we've seen before. But here comes your first, let me just lock this arm out first, because he might go up. Let's see if he goes up early. Ha! Missed the truck. Ha ha ha! Missed the truck. So he should make a big right-hand bank, and here it goes. Yeah. Sorry folks, so just looking behind me to make sure that I'm not missing anything coming out. Sort of now normal procedure when they're busy, but right now the taxiway is empty. All I've got is a horse rubbing its bleeding bum against the van, and it's shaking the... Hey! Well, you gotta love it, man. Look at these guys down here, man. Look at these guys down here. Look at them all, look. Oh, it's funny, man. So good morning to everybody. Wow, what a show yesterday, folks. Yes, I can say an incredible show yesterday, and great to see everybody involved as well. And of course, don't forget, like I promised, we are going to put this out as a highlights package to our economy and executive members as soon as I get an opportunity to edit it, because it'll be a great edit, I have to say, because there was so much going on. Okay, there were big sort of like lulls, sometimes like an hour or so, but members have joined in the chat, got involved in everything, and it was just a fantastic day. A big thank you once again to all the guys there at Lakenheath, RAF Lakenheath, even though it's a US Air Force station, to the security teams, to the local police, wonderful guys. If you ever go to Lakenheath, folks, just obviously look after yourselves, make sure you're fully aware that that is a very busy road running in front of the air base there. So if you're taking kids or anyone, best to stick to the field that was to my right. You'll see what I'm talking about. Lots of people social distancing, doing the right things yesterday. It's just a great thing to see. The fellas there helping me out as well. Steve, I think, who was there, and of course there was the other Steve who was the other side. But you know, I can't say what was the best part of the day, because the C5 Galaxy was just phenomenal. Would it be better if I turned the camera around that way so that people can actually see my face? It's even worse. What about here? Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, what an absolutely fantastic day. The C5 Galaxy, it had been there for 3 days. Nobody was expecting it to go. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. But we were just fortunate. The door closed. Mike told us that she'd been given clearance to depart. We got the fire up. We got her taxiing out straight towards us. Stood on the brakes for like about 5 seconds, powering up those CF6s, man, and then boom, out she went. And then to cap all of that off, before that we'd had a whole wave of F-15s going out. Then we had another wave. When they came back, they were doing high-speed fly-pasts. I don't know quite what the terminology is on that one, but just incredible. You know, a pack of 4 coming in, 3 of them doing a high-speed fly over the airfield just to check that it's okay, I'm guessing, is maybe normal procedure. 4th go, hey! Come on! Say back there. Okay, I did buy some spray on the recommendation of one of our members. It kind of works, but they're still licking the van, man. And you know what it's like? It's like that stuff you used to put on your fingernails to stop you biting. It's like, it's all bitter. But no, they're straight on it, straight on the bonnet, you know. But they're just all hanging around down there right now, which is good. It has worked to an extent. The other thing we're going to do is get some salt lick blocks, which I'm gonna buy about 10 of them and lay them out throughout the field here, so that they just hopefully get distracted with that. But they're all behaving themselves right now. So yes, the F-15s and the F-16s from Strike Force, is it 48 Fighter Wing? I think it is 48 Fighter Wing. Just you know, totally American. It was a great American day out. You know, we even had the fire truck, the refueling truck, the guys doing the pre-flight checks as the aircraft roll in, all underneath it with the ladders, pulling out the before flight tags, getting everything right, setting everything up, you know, making sure all the hatches are closed and locked up, and then the girls standing there giving it all of that, giving it all like that, and giving it it's just Top Gun all over, man. I mean, I know a lot of people are probably commenting right now that it was a fantastic day, and it was, and we really look forward to doing that. Coningsby, getting down to Brize Norton, and as many places as we can, because those days are fantastic. A bit like the Toulouse trips, where it's a bit of a fishing line, throwing out a fishing line. But I think yesterday, I can't wait to put the edit together, folks, because it is going to be absolutely phenomenal and so high-powered as well. But it was great to be able to bring that to all you first-class and superclass members. And like I say, don't forget, economy and executive members, you will get to see the premiere exclusively on Big Jet TV before it goes out to the Gen Pub. But yeah. So why are we here today? This morning, just a short show once again. We've got, well, actually it's not going to be a short show. It is and it isn't. It's not going to be usual 3 hours, so to speak, although saying that, it is 11 o'clock now. He's due in 10 minutes. We have a was he SFO, was he first officer, Gilly, or captain? Can't remember. One of the pilots possibly the captain, bringing in this Etihad 777-300 ER. Now this is ultra long range, quick offload and then depart. Hey! Hey! So that's where was I? Sorry, man. Sorry, horse distraction. This is a very. He won't be. The crew are not getting off the aircraft here, folks. They're fully aware that we're filming. We've given him a location on the map where we're at, where we're located. So what we're going to do is, because obviously the landing is 2+ miles away down there on 09 right, which hopefully they won't change the bleeding numbers of it. But if they do, they do. We'll catch the touchdown. Today I've positioned the van so that so that I can see right the way down the runway and also get them coming out as well. And the other thing is that they're not actually all going out light. They're going out quite long. We had Japan's Dreamliner going out just as I was trundling across the field here. So, and he was very, very low. So we're going to get some, even though they're few and far between, we'll get some departures. Got little air lingers coming out now. But what we're mainly here for, we were hoping to catch that 747-200 ex-British Airways coming into London Heathrow, but apparently, and thank you to Thea as well for her wonderful updates. We really appreciate that. Thank you to everybody who gives us updates, by the way, folks. Please don't feel shy in approaching us in terms of giving us updates, informing us of what's coming in and so on and so forth, because that's what is key, and that's why particularly the YouTube chat is so fast. And again, I have to say, I do apologise if I miss your comments, folks. Please make sure you try again, because obviously there are so many comments. I'm filming, I miss a lot of comments, but we've got a better view as well of the cargo facility over here, so we'll see where that Etihad will park up. They'll offload her cargo. The biggest and longest part of this procedure will be the manual offload or the manual onload of the PPE, because this is boxes going on, unless of course they're just doing belly freight. It might be just belly freight. In fact, any chance we can ask him actually once he lands? We're in touch with the pilot, by the way, just to make sure that we've we're clear on that, because it may be one of these aircraft that initially, if you remember, right back at the beginning of CV19, they were utilising the bellies of these passenger jets to carry PPE and other essential items as well, that may be the case with this particular flight. If it is PPE on seats, that just basically means a much longer, laborious loading procedure, because you have to physically handle the box in a line of human chain. There it is. I remembered a human chain, basically from the loading truck into the aircraft, all the way to the front, to the back, whichever it might be, and then put into the seat. And then once that row of seats are done, they'll put a cargo net over the top of them, strap them down. That may not be what's happening here, because if it is, when you consider the amount of seats, and don't forget, this would probably only be utilising the economy seats. They won't obviously be using the business or the first class seating area, because that'll wreck all the leather. But they're prepared, I think, to sort of like sacrifice the material of the seats. Although it is very, very robust material, the actual fabric itself of the average passenger seat, because it's so many people coming in and out of it, it has to be very hard wearing. But we're here and we're going to film it, and we're going to hang around after he's landed. We're going to wait for him to turn around, and then he's going to come out, and we're going to get him coming out. So that's basically what we're here for. As well as that, we'll get some we'll have some great chat, talk to all you folks, and get some aircraft movements. Okay, see you in a bit. Right, GP. Is everything good? Everyone happy? Okay. Oh, so has that been dealt with now? Has that been dealt with now? Okay, so interestingly, folks, if you were with me yesterday, you would have noticed that I was not happy with the new tripod assembly. Not so much the tripod itself, but the head of the tripod. Oh, look what's pushing back. Finally, that's an A350, is it? With Singapore Airlines. Ha ha ha. Is that Singapore's 350? So she might get some flyovers. Just gear myself up for that. See now, I don't know if that's China Southerns. Wouldn't that be great if that was China Southern 777 freighter? But I think it's a Dreamliner right there. And there, beyond our gaze there, just about there, you can see the flick of the tail of the Cathay Pacific. So as you can see, utilising Terminal 2 here at London Heathrow, with Terminal 4 being closed. Still enough action going on. Obviously, you know, it's always a major concern for me in terms of bringing you the most action-packed footage as I possibly can in these particular unprecedented times, whereas normally I would be spoilt for choice. I'm doing things like zooming in on that jumbo jet over there, which is parked up remotely at Terminal 4. We have heard that the 747 was it the repat flight, Chile, or the one that went? Which 747 did you mention earlier on? You know, yes. Oh, it's been in storage at Bournemouth. Well, that's interesting. Well, if it's wow, that's interesting. If it's coming from Bournemouth, that basically means that they're maybe gearing it up for flight. One would imagine. Lone Wolf. Hey! Behaving themselves, good lad. He's hoofing at the ground. He's hoofing at the ground to get some fresh grass. I'm guessing that's what it is. But mate, there's loads of. I'm guessing that the. They're all behaving themselves. I've got to be honest with you. That's really good. Flipping heck. Folks, I've got to say a big shout out because. So what numbers are we talking about? Please, no. Thank you. Wow. Folks, if you are a new member on Big Jet TV, can I just express my sincere apologies for first of all that YouTube has obviously not notified us yesterday during the show, only on a few, and it's not telling us again today. So all I can say is my sincere apologies. we have a big welcome to somewhere in the region of 80 to 100 new members here on Big Jet TV, joining either today or yesterday or overnight or the night before. A big welcome to all of you folks. And I do know that it as well as being a great place for people to watch aviation live, it's also a therapeutic place for a lot of people as well. People who suffer from stress. Is this him now? Is this him on approach now? Okay, so this is Echo Tango Quebec from Abu Dhabi. She is the... So let's... this is the old livery, folks, which we all love on Big Jet TV. Seen quite a few times in... Oh, there's one banking in at the back as well. Look at that. Can I get that? Am I getting that? Or... I don't know if I'm getting that. It's too far out. But anyway, this is our... Hey! Stop it! Sorry, folks. Just when they scratch their necks on the... You there, Julie? Okay. So let's just cross our fingers for a truck-free landing, folks. Oh, it's funny, man. Hold your breath. See, my little micro movement when I pan the camera, not having that issue that I had yesterday. So I've got a completely fluid movement of the head. Oh my God. Well, I'd say that was pretty a pretty clean run as it happens. Now, is he going to go full length here? Not like he's got other aircraft waiting for him, so... Chuck. And another one. On the runway for Well, yeah, normally with their freighter, they'd probably go over to the... so this is definitely a transiting PPE, I'd imagine, something like that. No passengers, I don't think. Got El Al's Dreamliner in behind him. I'll tell you what I do have to do. Happy hour. There we go, just let me Someone say something about El Al coming in from Malpensa the other day? No? Oh yeah. Stand by. What a good way to be. So this one in from Malpensa, interestingly enough. Well, actually on Plane Finder it's saying Liège. So I don't know what that's all about, me old Sam. Wow, look at this lineup, man. Look at this. Back to normal. This is brilliant. Go on, Heathrow. Yeah. It's the rush hour at London Heathrow. Brilliant, love it. First one lining up, 787, outbound to Zurich by the looks of it. Next one behind him off to Boston, another Dreamliner, Dash 8. What is interesting is this Zurich bound Dreamliner. What's he going there for? The big debate. Okay. I need to get the, okay, here we go. Morning, folks. How's everybody doing out there? Oh, no. No, I don't want that. There we go. There we go. Okay, coming to your comments now, folks. Sorry if I've been I haven't been ignoring anybody. I'm just you know, the first sort of like 20 minutes, half an hour of a show is always this whole big sort of like setup thing that we do. Okay, I need to go to Big Jet TV on Facebook and grab this Dreamliner. Is he going to go long? Should be relatively light and short if he's going to Zurich. Horses. Oi! Bleeding scratching post. Look what's coming in behind this, folks. No! Oh, I've got Turkish 777 coming out as well. 147,000 people follow us. 86,000 people like us. Give us a like, folks. 1,900 people. Good morning, good evening. Welcome, everybody, to Big Jet TV. We have on Facebook Christian Rubescu. Throwing 50 stars at me. Thank you, Christian. Katrina Ina, good morning. Emma Funnel. Wendy van der Weg. Mark Castle. Good morning. Kevin Adis. CIVP BA 747 due in from Bournemouth as BA 9150 at 1:45. Oh, well, I think that's got to be worth waiting for, isn't it? Jane Alder. Good to see a lineup. Indeed it is, Jane. Trisha Guy, good morning to you. Not new member there. FP Games and Voiga. Is that Voiga or Vlogs? Sorry, FP Games and Vlogs. Welcome to Economy, FP Games and Vlogs. Bulldog 617 is in the house. Our spotter for yesterday. Talking of spotters, you would have seen the spotter sticking his head out the top of that Galaxy, looking phenomenally small against the big dwarfing troop carrier and armoured vehicle carrier as well. Well, basically it carries anything, doesn't it? Wow, this is long and fast, man. Why do these horses, every time I'm doing a pull focus, you have to scratch your bleeding head and roll the van, man? Let that one go because I've got this 350 on the roll. Sorry, folks. I know we all love a Dreamliner, but we also love a 350. So, and this is quite a rare sight to see. Singapore Airlines A350. I'm not sure if it's the 1K or the 1000 or if it's a 900. Whatever it is, it's a 900. Okay, she's rolling now. Oh, okay, interesting. Thank you, Jilly. They don't have any 1000s. They're all 900s. Okay, so thank you. Nobody likes a smart ass. It's a fact, I know. Yeah. I wonder though. It does make you wonder though, if I did that. Could give it a try because I've got the bollards in the van and tape. Has he emailed us yet, Jenny? Has he emailed us yet? No. Tom. Sorry. Tom. Etihad. Oh, is it? Oh. So Turkish 777-300 ER. Make it long. Oh, wow, this is very short. Doesn't matter though. Okay. See now, see what he's licking there on the fence, on the gate there. See, he's licking the salt thing, look. See him? See him licking the salt block? That's what we're buying, folks. We're going to buy a load of them, like cherry flavoured and orange flavoured and all the most amazing horsey flavours you could possibly think of, and get them all going mad for it. With any luck, that should work. The only issue with that, of course, is the fact that every time I come to the paddock from there on in, it's like, here comes the man who gives us things. And that's basically this morning when they were all gathered over the other side of the fence here with a woman who was just taking photos. They thought that she might have food. As soon as I pulled in, they literally stampeded over to the gate, which was quite funny, really. And the little baby one, I've got to tell you, he knows me now, the foal, and it's quite cute, to be honest with you. He comes up to me now like a dog, you know. Anyway, you had to be there. So a lot of aircraft sitting at remote stand. Unfortunately, we can't see where our friend with the Etihad 777 has actually parked up at. Would be, you know what would be great, man? We got long enough. We got long enough to go across the other side, yeah, to because I can almost guarantee this. Are you with me, Ginny? Are you there? Okay. We could go to the Renaissance, yeah, and film it being offloaded. But then that's sort of like, you know, a bit of a. And then we wouldn't. Yeah, but we would see stuff going out as well. You see, from a side angle. It'd just be good to get a little bit of footage to. Oh, I've got it. Yeah. What's time's the outbound due? Yeah. Yes. No, I will. It's just this, you know, the whole paddock. The paddock thing. Yeah. I've got to break it down. Let's do some comments. Let me just get a charger here. Yes, it is a China Southern shirt. Is that the 380? No. Wow. Okay, just stand by. Let me just grab some. What time are we going out? fence. Electric fence. Guys, come on, man. Honestly, electric fence. No. So in Kelton, Kate Tarpley, Flying Panther, James Clark, Mark Costigan, John Blower, Scott Tarpley, Aidan Prince. What is the one at Heathrow? Somebody asking there. That's Boab, B-O-A-B for Bravo. That one, Aidan. She's basically there as a gate guardian. I mean, unfortunately, as you can see, she looks a little bit sort of like lost in all that infrastructure. But when you see it from the other side, it is much more like you know, you can see her. She sits alone. It's like a gate guardian, basically. As the old bombers used to have, they used to have gate guardians at the bomber stations as well. Alan B, yes, indeed, love the horses, man. John Gridham, Fletcher Perring. Favourite type of aircraft? Well, to be honest with you, Fletcher, I love them all. I don't really have a favourite. Obviously, I'm very saddened to see the demise of the gas guzzlers, as they're called. You know, your 747s, the 346s. Of course, got a very special soft spot for the 346 because it looks quite a lot like the DC-863 that my old dad used to fly. Ray C, Emirates 777 going over my house on downward leg on the way in. So these are old comments, of course. So my apologies. Morning, Jerry. How are you? James Clark. Jen Barret. Paul Hodgson is off to work. Great. Good to hear that you're off to work, mate. Apparently we've got Cathay Pacific pushing back, folks. So in fact, I tell you what, it's a good job that we're not going, Jilly. And you know why? Because you can see just there Etihad's tail. It would be blanked off. We wouldn't be able to see it. So we're staying where we are, folks. We're staying right where we are. Cammy Hudson, El Al at Terminal 4. I thought it was closed. Yes, indeed. We do actually see, I think it's just cargo PPE offloads that they utilising Terminal 4. Solaris, you're absolutely right. Yeah. In all fairness, you are invading their space. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. Gary McIntosh, first of all, can't go into it, just pitch up at a petrol station with a van like this and just you'd have to get permission from a lot of people. This is private land owned by a great guy who has given us full permission to film on his land. Dardy 37, no Foxwatch, unfortunately. Gary Smith, and also Gary, just so you're aware that there is a lot of stuff in the way. If I was to be where you're talking about there filming, or are you talking about the Esso garage perhaps down on the left hand side of 09 right, which is understandable. I can understand it from that point of view. However, once they land, they go out of sight because of all the cargo buildings that sort of like, you know, take up the view, unfortunately. Gary Smith, morning from a sunny Birmingham. Victor Tilson, long as I see planes, it's all good indeed. Thank you, sir. HGC, you need two film crews. Fletcher Perring, well, I mean, yeah, to be honest with you, sometimes it might be a bonus if we had the opportunity to go over there, shoot a bit of B-roll. But that's basically all I wanted to do. Was I was just considering shooting over there to film some B-roll just for the folks at Etihad. But as it stands, it's not something that we're going to be able to do. Fletcher Perring, I've just seen a Lufthansa cargo going over my house, going to Houston from Frankfurt in Swansea. Houston to Frankfurt, well, that will probably come straight over here, Fletcher, I would imagine. Mark Costigan, Steve's H, Tony Bagman. What are the little buildings painted in red and white squares? Okay. Oh, yeah, no, that's interesting that you ask that. And a lot of people, I personally, I'm not 100% sure. I would guess that that's radar equipment, or equipment for the ILS, which is basically the red poles that you're seeing there is the ILS system that guides the aircraft in, obviously from when they're on 2-7 operations. But yes, I think that's the control boxes possibly for the instrument landing systems or runway navigational systems. James Clark, Cathay Pacific taxi. Interesting you should say that. I've got something else taxiing down, but the as you can see there, just to the right, Cathay Pacific's tail is still there. Is there maybe 2 Cathay Pacific aircraft? We've got something inbound. Emirates 777 inbound, folks. Really now? 5:55. What? 35 minutes before we start the show, the quiz. Oh, God. Okay. Geezer just rode past on a bike, looked up at me, nodded his head, like as in like disgust at what I'm doing. It's like, mate, that's why your face is so sour and crimpled up, that you're just a miserable sod. That you think that this is, enjoy your life, man. Enjoy your life. Don't be so miserable. There's some proper miserable people around, isn't there? I think that the spray has definitely worked to a degree, I would say, 100%. Eric Roberts asking for a shout out to his friend Wayne. Is it just Graham? Sorry, his friend Graham. Sorry, my apologies. TAP. Got late ground spoilers on that Emirates 777, quite interestingly. Richard Mortara, Katrina Ina, Neil Sohn, good morning. Michael Sam, Lynn Keeble. Yeah, the quiz is normally at 7 p.m. The quiz itself is usually 7 p.m. start. But the actual run-up to it starts around about 6:30. But if we might have to sort of like add another half an hour on it if we're able to get that 346 coming in. Which carrier? Which 346 is it, Julie? Oh, it's Swiss. No way. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry. Yeah. It might be a 300. Even so, it's very interesting because they had the A330 in yesterday. Was it not yesterday, the day before? So maybe, go with me on this one, folks, but maybe some of these operators like Swiss, who would normally operate their A220s, A320s and so on and so forth, maybe they're just using their aircraft to keep them in flying condition. Maybe that's why they're utilising them for these routes, possibly. You know what I mean? I mean, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Let's keep these aircraft flying. I mean, what's happening with this 747 that's coming back to London? I'm very intrigued to see what that's all about. Wow, he's gone up like a skyrocket, that boy. I mean, I've got to be honest with you, folks. Cannot be disgruntled by the trucks purely because it just means that the economy's still working. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got to throw a positive spin on it if we can when it comes to trucks. Truck for truck's sake, money for God. Richard Mortara, Swiss doesn't have very true. They don't have 34600s. They only have 300. So there we go. That's a bit like Edelweiss. So yes, indeed, of course, I should have realised that myself. But Richard, thank you for that. So the original message that you got, Jilly, was just that it was a 340 inbound, yeah? Oh, right, okay. On YouTube, Jilly. Welcome, Roger Slater on YouTube. No, where? Here at Heathrow. Oh wow, folks! What a surprise! What a treat! Okay, frequent flyer, thank you for the information on the 340 coming in tomorrow around about 5 to 5 in the afternoon. But we're also hearing reports that's also due tomorrow, folks. Just as amazingly, I have to say, Condor 767 in the retro livery, in the original retro livery, which interestingly enough, the tail livery is what the Condor fleet are actually going to be replacing their existing Thomas Cook livery that they had on the tail. So interesting tomorrow. Let's get a time on that if we can, GP. Caleb, yes, I am aware of the Luton runway numbers changing. Michaela Marshall, good day to you. Chris Wiseman and Woodthorpe. Richard Mortara has been is the word stonewall Walt like he's been with Big Jet TV literally from the get-go. Richard Mortara, yeah, great guy, and I've had the pleasure of meeting him as well at the interesting Christmas party that we had, where I also met Rich Taub, wearing a rather interesting raincoat with a supermarket bag full of papers. Just brilliant, man. What a fantastic guy he is, and I wish him all the best, of course, along with all the other American air crews and staff who work at American Airlines. Some rather sad news coming. We were aware that the 200 A330-200s have basically gone. That's it. The 300. Oh no. Is it the 300s that have gone and the 200s that are being parked up? That's what we're hearing at the moment. And of course, a lot of pilots and crews not knowing where they're going to end up. Are they going to, like, it's looking like it may be that Rich is going to go from the A330 to the A320 as a captain, possibly. But anyway, Thomas B. Much on Facebook, good day to you. Another new member, Bill Kerman, welcome to Economy, Bill. And John Harrison, welcome to Executive, John. What's that, Jelly? Due in at what, 4:10? Okay, so Right, okay. Andy Kitson, thanks for the amazing Lakenheath show yesterday. The F-15s have been up over here near Norwich this morning too, and the Atlas A400. Yeah, what a fantastic show. Thank you, Andy. Great to have you with us yesterday as well. Everybody joining in that one. Simon Knock, Robin Jones, Jazzy John's in the house, Kathy Collis, Russell, Andrew Gates, Luke Van Japp. Who are you calling Stalwart? Stonewart. Is it Stalwart? I don't know. And that means like a long-standing, like a. Is that right? Oh, thank God for that. Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, Jazzy, you know, just as we were talking there about filming in the run-up to the quiz, is it something that I could possibly do? Is it something that I could possibly do remotely from the paddock here? Could do the quiz. I think it is the quiz. Is that possible, Jilly? Well, don't go anywhere near him then, mate. Oh! See, they nip each other, man. They nip each other. Oh. Be nice. Could I watch it on the iPad? And then you can put me in the pit and I can watch it on the iPad? Or no, I can't do that because there'd be a delay, wouldn't there? The delay's the problem, is it? Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, think about it. It's doable, but it might be a bit Heath Robinson. But I think it would be quite cool, actually. If the weather's nice, I can be out here with the question sheet. You can just say, Jilly, okay, go question 4. Okay, go question 5. It's, you know, and then in terms of the who's leading it, the leaderboard, how would we do that? We just have to figure that all out, wouldn't we? Paul Skilling. Okay, there we go. We could do that. Oh, it seems like it's perfectly doable. With my moustache. Chicky A, g'day, Russell, rescheduled for 3:22 Saturday Eastern Standard Time. Okay, what's this? Russell, rescheduled. Which one are we talking about, Russell? Oh, the rocket launch. My apologies. Yes, indeed. I want to watch that if I can. Obviously, a technical issue last night. Jerry, did you check out the viewing area at Lakenheath before you left yesterday, Keith? No, I didn't. Because I had a lengthy, well, not a lengthy discussion, but I had a discussion with Stephen Carriage, I think it is, who was there yesterday over in that viewing area. And that's something that will obviously, it's very easy for me. I'll just get there very early before anybody gets there, and we will get the best seat in the house next time. BEA should be with you in about 40 minutes, Scott Cowell saying. Interesting. BEA as in the Retrojet coming in from where? That's interesting. Thank you very much. And James Clark, in the paddock, there's got to be 20 horses. Currently, standing around me are like 5 or 6. And this one down here, who's a little bit loopy, keeps pulling his gums back like they do, which is quite funny. But there we go. Aborted due to lightning risk, hearing from Mark Appleby. Thank you. Royal Jordanian, about 15 minutes. Fletcher Perring, is that the Dreamliner or is that their A310 freighter? Sandy Humby, good afternoon to you. Chris Scapaloo, what are you doing with your new head? Chris, it's going back. This is. Let me just give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So yesterday, when I was panning left, if I wanted to pan left, you can see how clean that pan is. Oi! Stop it! You can see how clean that flipping it. Honestly, folks, you honestly, you should see the front of the van. It's like a dinosaur's been at it with its massive, great big claws. Horses' hooves and teeth do not merge very well with so, you know. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It has to be. Hey, look at that! Look at that blended wingtip cacophony there. Look at the wingtips, man. Look at that. So basically, yesterday, with the new head, if I wanted to do a pan left right here, and it's a tight pan, I can move the head nice and freely across there like that. But yesterday, if I was at a position like that and I wanted to move left, it would suddenly go like that, and it just was not good enough. So, unfortunately, they wouldn't let me. I couldn't reach out to the manufacturers. I'll try again, but they've basically we're back to the drawing board. And to be honest with you, I think I might just buy a new set of this Viltrox, because obviously, as you can appreciate, you know, China makes very good replica stuff. When I say replica, they make, you know, I could basically take this to a manufacturer in China and say, can you make this, and I'll call it the Jerry rig or something like that. You know, very easy to do because they all look very much the same. God, flipping it! They start chewing the bleeding hydraulic lines and any exposed pieces they will chew, folks. You know, the handles. I have to wash the van every time I go back after it's been in the paddock because they get their sloppy mouths all over it. But it is what it is. It's fun. Michael K, can you get a few crash barriers somewhere? Well, to be honest with you, mate, I think you'll find that even if I was to cordon off the van, they'd find a way in. We were looking at straw bales, perhaps, or whatever system that we could think of. But to be honest with you, they're horses, and they're just going to barge their way through unless it's a locked up corral with fences and so on and so forth. But I do have this this spray deterrent. Is that a 777 coming out? Is he? See, I don't mind that when they rub their necks on the van, you know. But it's just bloody typical that they seem to do it when I've got a long zoom. Yeah, that's a great shame. Iberia retiring all of their 346s. We did know that quite some time ago. Gary McIntosh, that BA 777 off to Larnaca in Cyprus. Well, just don't go anywhere near him then. He's a bit of a Victor Meldrew, this horse. I don't believe it. Andy, yes, ASG Aviation can just confirm. Yes, we've been aware of that for a little while about the 346s being retired off. Quite what they're going to do with them, it's crazy, isn't it? Because how much? I mean, I wouldn't say that they had like years and years left on them anyway, because obviously they're bringing in the A350s now, a bit like Air Portugal. Who have got a very, very strong fleet of A330 Neos. A small electric fence. They'd hoof it down though. I'm telling you now, they'd hoof it down if there was a small electric fence, I think. I don't know. Is this Air Algiers, I think? See that I think the spray is definitely a deterrent in terms of them licking and chewing and biting and all that. However, the hoofing is something that they can just do anytime they like, and I think they do it through frustration more than anything else, about wanting to, you know. You can see that one down there. Look at him. Look. He wants a bit of the bumper, that one. See? Yeah, I know it's you, mate. I know it's you. Yeah, you, son, you. Oi, stop it. He's taking a mickey, isn't he? Yeah. Oh, he's the troublemaker, though. He is the troublemaker. Him and that grey one. They're the two that. Oi! Yeah, you go. You see, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like the bitter taste. I think that's what that mouth was. I think. Oh my God, that is funny, man. Oh, he's just giving it a kick for good luck, for good measure on the way back. He's just like, bong, he's just giving it a wallop. Oh, that's funny, man. Van's going to be absolutely... You know those signs you see on the signpost, wanted scrap cars for cash? This one might be going in there. Yeah. Right, hopefully this will be low. Richard Stuart Pitchford. G'day to Stuart. Welcome to Economy, Stuart. Great to have you here. And Kieran Barrett. Welcome to First Class Membership. Of course, meaning the next time we go out and do a military show or anything else that's unique like this, you will be with us. Mark Wallace, Chicky A, Paul Skilling, Tony Austin, James Clark, 777 British Airways. Thank you, James. This one heading out to Larnaca, Cyprus. Thank you, folks, for updating us on that one. Stop it. Stop it. Go on! Naughty! Sandy Humby, thank you. Tony Bagman loves the taste of Big Jet. Okay, this Boeing 777 rolling now. Keeping my eyes on Etihad's tail fin at the moment. Wow, look at the... you can see the exhaust. You can see the exhaust, man. Nice. Wow, he's gone up quick, man. One of the old workhorses. Come on, son. Yeah, interestingly enough, Mike telling me that apparently one of the F-15s yesterday had 2 green stripes under its canopy, signifying that it's had 2 kills. Oi! Look at him running away, look at him flipping running away, look. Cheeky sod. Best of mates now, aren't you, hey? 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 Quick, get his van. Anyway, so yeah, tripod. Gonna have to look at another, like I said yesterday, the main issue. Welcome Nelson Kelly, Zombie Biker 600, Scott Cal, Craig Proctor, afternoon Jerry. Unfortunately lost my job at GE Aviation Press Week this week. Hope all is well with you and staying safe. Oh mate, don't worry about me, Craig. Lost his job, one of the many layoffs that they've had at General Electric, and this one at Press Week. So sorry to hear that, Craig, but as a skilled technician or whatever department it is that you're in, I'm sure that will be short-lived. I'm sure that the majority of these highly skilled people that have been laid off will find new jobs as the industry picks back up again, because obviously the whole reason behind the layoffs at the likes of Rolls-Royce and General Electric and other technical departments is because of the fact that there's just the demand isn't there. There's not, the aircraft are not flying. Therefore, the whole engineering and servicing section of these big workplaces has come to almost a grinding halt. Of course, new engines as well, which will roll back to the likes of Boeing and Airbus. New engines being made are going to be put on hold because as aircraft orders are deferred and so on and so forth, that means that the engines themselves will also be deferred. So with any luck, you'll be first on the list for them to call back, Craig. Wishing you all the best. Spitfire RAF 100. Spitfire 100 saying, I need a Jerry. Oi! Set up as my message. So, oh, by the way, folks, I got to tell you, yesterday during the show, somebody just piped up and said about an app, Big Jet TV app, something that I've been looking at for literally a few years, but I've never massively jumped on it, only because the last time that I got any kind of quote was a ridiculous amount of money, albeit from somebody in London. You know, you're talking about anywhere between £10,000 and £20,000 to develop the app. However, since that conversation, technology has moved on rapidly, and now there are programs where you can build your own app. And Jilly, who loves a challenge, it has to be said, should have a big. You should wear that sort of like lycra green thing. Was it like Challenge Annika? Was it Challenge? Oh no, that was the Lizzie woman, wasn't it? Yeah, that's Mad Lizzie. But yes, no, Jilly has managed to come up with an app, folks. It's as simple as that. Overnight, literally less than 24 hours. I did say, didn't I? She'd probably have it done by the time I get back, and she almost did. But it's been completed. We're rolling it out quite soon, folks. It's just going to be a case of, I think we've got to submit it to iTunes so that it becomes an official iTunes app, which is going to be great, folks. and Google as well. Google Play, that's right, and that'll be for Android, won't it? Andy Collins, welcome to Economy, my friend. Philip Griffiths, afternoon, Jerry and Gilly, and all members had a busy morning for once. So missed the first hour or so, never mind, plenty to look forward to, no doubt, yes. Well, Philip, yeah, I mean, you've missed a bit. You haven't missed a great deal, but you've missed some. But this is sort of like the current norm that we're, normal sort of like situation we're in at the moment. Did you say that Cathay Pacific, did you say 10, yeah. Yeah, exactly, because she's still over there, mate. That's why I was asking, is there more than one cafe in town? Because I've got one, that's at remote stand. Oh, look, you just see that Air China. Is that Air China's 350 tail just coming out? And we've got United 787 in the new livery. I think it's a 900. Is it a 10 or a 9? That looks like a 10. That looks like United's 10, is it? Yeah, wow, look at that, 10 in the new livery, folks. Ah. Definitely used to that nice shade of blue. I've got to say, I do like that shade of blue. Jackie B, Philip Sawyer, loved the military show, Jerry and Gilly. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Philip. And I'll be honest with you, folks, it is wonderful to see Gilly getting as much praise as when you're thanking us. It's lovely to see you guys saying thank you to Gilly and hello to as because we are a team. It is, you know, without Gilly, you wouldn't be getting this, folks. It's as simple as that. Because the technical side of what we do is very intricate. That's why I have to be honest with you. There are other streamers out there, and good luck to them. I wish them all the very best. But you know, if you ain't got a Gilly, you're a bit screwed, really. It's as simple as that. I've even had people try and poach Gilly from me, which is hilarious, I have to say. Like a little bit, like an envelope's gone under her door at home, like a little envelope, slid underneath the door. No, only joking. Yes, yeah, everybody needs a Gilly. Singapore 747 due in at 6:45. You see, that's Singapore 747 due in at 6:45. That coming from Jake Norman. Thank you. SF Polar during the day. Big Jet TV during the day, and I can't say that word, but something Creek on Netflix in the evening. Repeat. Oh, Philip Sawyer. I'm sure it will be. It won't be long before you're able to give the kids a hug. Stuart Aslott Fletcher pairing a cargo jet in from Cincinnati at 4 p.m. Okay, interesting. Thank you for that, Fletcher. Fire 3048, morning all from Alberta, Canada. Welcome to you. Andy Collins. Architecture design. Gilly's a star like you, Jerry. Yes, indeed. I'm not a star. Gilly's a star. I'm not a star. I'm just an ordinary bloke enjoying being able to meet with you folks, as we do remotely, and but as a big family, and which is just growing all the time. Love it. Absolutely love it. All one big family. There we go. Paul Dingsdale saying, Jay's O'Hare. Jay's in the house. Good day to you, Jay, out there in Chicago. Karen Corcoran, good morning. Jean Lillinger. Jerry, isn't that tail Alitalia? Hey, you know what? I think you might be right, mate. Now I look at it, I think he's right. I think that tail is Alitalia. Is it? Because there is an Alitalia, I think it's the triple in town, but is Alitalia got that flash of white? I think he might be right, Because I did see when we were, Alitalia Green. Hey! But yes, well spotted, Yawn. Thank you. Mark Costigan, absolutely. It does take two to tango, and I don't mention Jilly enough because she's in me shell-like all the time. Literally from sort of like usually around about between 9 and 11, depending upon how busy the morning is. Sometimes, like yesterday, very early in the morning, right the way through. She'll stay with me on the road all the way down back to London because we're talking about what we're doing. And like yesterday, the amount of times that we've had long-range conversations whilst I've been driving, like back from Manchester, and started something at Manchester. By the time I get home, it's complete. So United's dash 10 787. Horses have completely gone now. Completely gone. Not a horse in sight. James, you're right. Jilly is the brains. Paul Skilling. Watford FC. I love the UK in this weather. It's beautiful, isn't it? Just Watford FC. Although, when it's raining, I'll still be out here, snowing, hailing, thundering, lightning, the whole flipping lot. Oman Air in from Muscat, 7 p.m. Oman Air. Wow, haven't seen Oman Air for quite some time. Thank you, Fletcher. Chris Webb, what machines do they use for coding? Oh, okay. Truck. Okay. Here we go. We're going to get a clean shot of this. I think we are. Look for the plane behind him. Got anything lined up behind me, Jilly? Have you got anything lined up behind me? Yeah. I've got something just... Yeah. Oh, they got the Air China 350. There you go, that's it. Little 319. And then Air China's A350. Here she comes now. Chris Skipaloo, Alitalia due out very soon. Okay, we'll watch for that tail to be pushed back. Mr. Nova Fly, which is a bit of a shame. Nah, colours aren't brilliant. Interesting that the wind has just picked up. Of course, the control tower will say will give them the final sort of like clear takeoff 2709. Right, winds are. from the east, and probably about, I'd say it's about a 10 mile an hour wind. Daniel, welcome. Daniel Carling, Black Label. Kieran Barrett, Loopy is in the house. Okay, 350 outbound. Here we go. Oh, and Alitalia has indeed pushed back. Roll it all the way out, mate. All the way out. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, flipping it. Truck. Go on. Stay there. Stay there. Here we go. Wow. See the brake dust from the... Yes. Profile, man. Very stiff wing on it. Very little flex. Only flex really is on the very outer part of the wing. Noticeable flex, that is. Brilliant. Interesting to see aircraft parked, you know, with their backs to the gate, you know, or just in odd sort of like positions. Victor Tilson loving the roar. Darren Smith, hello folks, lots of brake dust on that retract. Yes indeed, a little touch of the foot pedal, I think, from the pilot on the 350. I have to confirm that with either Scott or is it Neil? Cathay Pacific? No, thankfully not, Jeff. The horses have given up. Nick B, welcome to first class. Nick, you are very welcome. The loads are picking up, Jerry, but no flights yet, indeed. Yeah, well, that's what we want to see. We want to see aircraft movements, but we want to see people movements as well, but we want to see people movements in a safe environment. I think, to be honest with you, I think it's more a case of who's gonna go first in terms of like, no, after you, no, after you carry on, you know, like who's going to open their borders first, what's the sort of like, you know, who's going to be the guinea pig when it comes to Air Canada triple in the Trash Bandit, or oh, it's the eggshell, is it? Okay. Oh, Mark Cox, TUI just cancelled my holiday in Mallorca as BA can't fly us in August. Oh, that's a great shame, mate. I feel for you, and I feel for obviously all the other families, and especially ones with kids who are due to fly out to, you know, your Disney Worlds or wherever they might be going to, even cheap holidays that have been cancelled. Even in the UK, you know, we're planning to go down to wherever, Margate or whatever, stay in a hotel. Hotels cancelled, therefore holidays cancelled. It's just a shame. Andy Collins has upgraded membership to first class. Thank you, Andy. Cameron Knight's BEA, my favourite retro. Was that the retro that just came in and I missed it, or what? No, I've got something turning in on finals now. SES 531 arriving from Stockholm, land of ABBA. Indeed, Paul Dale. I think that this might be SAS inbound now. Thank you for that. There's Alitalia coming out now. Qatar triple inbound. Wow. So this is the latest well, hello, there we go. There's one here, look. Who's this then? Who's this north of me, Jilly? Yeah. United Dreamliner 10, Brussels to Chicago. Right, okay, I've got a bit of a knock on the sticks here with the mine out. Just let me tie this off. Nick B, well, first class. So I think we should try. I think we should perhaps try Coningsby next week. Put that on the schedule. So look, we've got Alitalia's 330 coming out, folks, as well as sorry about that. Air Canada 777 in the old eggshell livery. And apparently also Cathay Pacific is making its way out. We've got an old 777 200 making his way out as well. So that's to come here on Big Jet TV. Nancy Beam, take care. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Hopefully I'll see you on the next show. Photozot, that is, from Stockholm. Teresa Tinworth, 10cc. Yes, indeed. Nancy Beam, take care. Paul Skilling, Air Canada 777-300 in the eggshell livery indeed. Qatar 777 on finals. Sandy Humby. Disney World scheduled reopen on July 11th. That's going to be an interesting one to monitor in terms of how they're going to deal with a resurgence of people. You know, all of a sudden, you know, social distancing and the like. Hopefully they've cracked it. They've worked a system out. Obviously, you know, there isn't any sort of like, you know, amazing solution to social distancing or to minimising the risk of the disease, but of bringing the disease anywhere. But you can do what you can do in terms of, you know, PPE and the like, and I know we've discussed that too many times on the show probably, but he's quite high, this guy, man. Look at this. unbelievable wheelies going on yesterday with the F-15s, like almost full runway length, with the ground spoiler up behind them. Some of them not utilising the ground spoiler. Don't know if the F-15C actually does have a ground spoiler, the big flap that comes up behind the canopy. Interesting, still he's got his reversers deployed there, which is quite interesting. There we go, nice close now. Is this the, I think it's a 200, it's a BA 200, isn't it? 777-2. Oh, Jeff Anderson, that's it, an air brake. Yeah, well, air brake, ground spoiler, they're basically both have the same effect, don't they? But yeah, indeed, air brake. And of course, because I don't think they deploy them in the air, do they? It's only something that's used during landing, is that right? I don't know, might be wrong. So they use it to Gotta love a bank shot, folks. You've got to pick a pocket or two. This is little Finnair for our friend, new friend on YouTube, I think. Lewis Jarvis, welcome to economy, Lewis. Off to New York, Paul Skilling telling us that that 777. Oh no, this is that's not Finnair, is it? That looks like Air Malta. Maybe the Finnair's behind him. Oh, is it SAS? Sorry. Or is it? Oh, is it SAS? Is it? Oh, this is the retro. Okay. Where's that? I swear somebody said. Lewis Jarvis, thank you very much indeed. Great footage as always, thank you, sir. Great company, I have to say, folks, as well. You know, Fletcher Perry is Azerbaijan inbound at 9:05. Wow. Daniel Hill is with us. good to see that flying, to be honest with you. There's your retro, Jilly. Favourite retro. Painted by International Aero Coatings out in Ireland, as were all of the retro jets with British Airways. James Clark, Air Canada going to Toronto. I think this is the Air Canada 777 going out now. Thank you. Never get tired of those bank shots, man. Yeah, big wing on that 300 as well. Alitalia parked up, ready to go out. Cathay Pacific A350. What's that that's taxiing down to the... Is that coming out? Oh, is that El Al's Dreamliner coming out from T4? Yeah, he only came in a short while ago. Yeah, that's a quick turnaround, man. I mean, I'd imagine the Etihad triple will be at some point soon coming out as well. That is what is incredible at the moment, folks. These turnarounds, because they're not involving passengers. The ground teams are working extremely hard and fast to get these aircraft turned around. There's your SAS Neo. Don't know why I thought somebody asked for Finnair, but so next up, Alitalia. Hey ma, hey pa. Great looking Neo with SAS. Just have to live with it with the engine cowls as they are, folks. Just something we're going to get used to. Little flash of blue on the engine cowl. Looks a bit like a replacement nacelle, but it is what it is. Colin McCann loving the Air Canada livery. Stevie, of course, that's the great looking plane, as in the livery there, Colin. Simon Corbett. Jerry seems to be in a slightly different position in the paddock. It's good and better, I think. To be honest with you, Simon, you're right. I have positioned myself for departures. Wow. That guy went up so quick, man. It's like normal times, man, at the moment. Get little fits and spurts, don't we, of activity. So we're going to see El Al approach, turn onto the runway from Sierra on the left-hand side. Truck. And double truck. So this is the pride of, what is it, the livery? Oh, Air Canada coming out again, another Dreamliner this time with in the eggshell livery. See, there's El Al turning on from Sierra there. Wow, this triple's run all the way down. Is that another Emirates? Oh, this is the Sky Cargo, possibly. All right, okay. Festival of Praise. Of Praise, did you say? Festival of Praise. What? No! No, man! Oh, that's preparing for an air show, that is, man. Or he's just running the engine up to, wow. That must sound amazing where they are, man. Can you find them online, Jelly? Can you find the operator online? Because it'll be a private collector, won't it? Stevie finally fixed his internet. That's good to hear, Stevie. Air China 330 in next. Sandy Humby, thank you. There he is. Is it Festival of Creativity, this one, I think? Yeah, right, there we go. Yeah, cool. China touching down. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, retard, truck. God's sake. Warning. Say it again. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Oh, Chicky A would have been here next week at London Heathrow, but the flight got cancelled. Gutted. Mark Cox. Lewis Jarvis, you need to be patient, Lewis. And it's so easy for me to say. It's so easy for anyone to say, isn't it? But obviously, in terms of the refunds, it will happen at some point. Maybe consider getting a credit rather than a refund, rebooking a holiday, something more to look forward to along down the line, perhaps. If they're offering you that opportunity, I don't know whether you book through the airline or travel agent or whoever it might be, but Obviously, better if you have booked through the airline because you're more likely to see your refund, and also other options in terms of perhaps rebooking at a later date in 2021 or something like that, rather than just cancelling it, getting your money back, and not having anything to look forward to. Perhaps that might be an option. I don't think it's a massive option with the travel agency schemes, but I hope it works out for you. Oh, Ian Cummings says that's the aircraft, the Festival of Creativity, that gave him a jet blast when they fired it up when he walked round at the maintenance sheds over the other side. I remember him saying that. Sorry, folks. El Al lining up, joining from Sierra for runway 09 right. Live at London Heathrow. Welcome everybody. Hope everyone is doing well. And oh, Lewis, booked through Air Mauritius. Okay, stick with them. Bit of patience is probably going to be needed, just purely because they are obviously dealing with thousands and thousands of people, so they will get round to you. But see if there's an option to rebook for next year. Travel Finders refunded my flight and hotel costs in full, even before they got the full sums back from the BA American and Air Canada. Ian D saying, well, there you go, one of the lucky ones. What's a holiday? Yeah, that's exactly it, isn't it? Yes. LL, folks. Let's go. Going for that one, folks, just because I want to. This guy here needs to kind of get a shifty on, because he's got someone behind him, as you can probably see. Sorry about that. Just a little twinkle of the lights that puts the camera autofocus off. Hold it right there, Simpson. She's rolling. departure. About Manchester? Sorry. Oh, okay. I've missed that comment a number of times. Sorry, somebody asked me when am I next at Manchester. Well, the plan is to get up there to film the Virgin 747s going out, but like I said yesterday, we need to wait until there's quite a lot of movements at Manchester. I understand Emirates are bringing their 777 in there on a daily basis now, so at least that's one that's starting up, and we're keeping a close eye on, of course, on everything that's happening up there at Manchester, as well as all the other airfields around the UK as well, to see as soon as we can, of course, get up there and do some filming with you folks. Love to, because obviously always a very warm welcome from everybody up in Manchester. Another Turkish 777. Well, it's not really. I mean, you need to, you know, it's not at all. Manchester's very unique in its own way. Oh, okay, I'm with you. Yeah. Yeah, but certainly not in terms of the actual aircraft themselves. Far more heavies than EasyJet and Ryanair and stuff like that, you know. Paresh, upgraded to first class. Paresh, thank you, sir. Welcome to Big Jet TV. Looks like a Dash 8 787 British Airways Dreamliner on its way out, from what I can see. Paresh, thank you and welcome. Lewis Jarvis, yes, if that's your local airport, we love Manchester. Always get such a fantastic welcome from everybody up there. Daz and Kaz, I miss my pan au chocolat and coffee. Straight out, son. Go on. He's a little bully, isn't he, that one, isn't he, eh? Milo LH, Milo, welcome to Big Jet TV. Great to see you here. Great to see all the new members, of course. So many signing up yesterday, watching the military show from Lakenheath. What a fantastic show that was. Of course, Mildenhall, just down the road, primarily used for tankers. Saw a few of them going out, DC-10s, KC-10s that is, and the KC-135, 707 platforms that they use there. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Now, one of our members saying earlier on, obviously, beautiful weather conditions. American triple coming out, is that? Beautiful weather conditions here in the UK. And of course, you got to love it when it's like this. But don't forget, we've got our cold autumnal mornings where we get the departures going out like you've just seen. But you get big ribbons of vortex off of their wingtips, big plumes of moisture over the wings. It's a great sight to see, and that's something that we will that's what we love to bring you. So although it's great for me, of course, to stand here in nice warm weather, I don't mind having to brave the conditions to get out here and film the atmospherics, which are just as good to see and just as exciting to see. Wade Perry, love to know why the 787 right landing gear starts to close before the left, or vice versa, not together. I think it is just a timing thing, Wade. I think the system would prefer to obviously close in tandem, but I think it is just literally a maybe just because it's all done electronically. Of course, the electronic systems will power up the hydraulic pumps that will bring the. It is literally, I think, just one hydraulic ram that will bring the undercarriage up. But I think it's just one of those things which. When you apply the brakes on your car, the way that they're balanced is obviously extremely key in terms of like applying the brake, because you don't want the left-hand one coming on before the right-hand one, because then obviously you're going to get pulled to the left. So they have to be incredibly well balanced. So you consider that with the hydraulic systems and how they operate on a jetliner. I think you might even see a slight delay with most aircraft, really. But like you say, it may be 787 has a distinctive delay in terms of the left and the right coming up, and whether it comes up in unison with each other, if you see what I mean. Chris Plain Mad Web giving a shout out to all new members. Dawn is here. Ian D, good morning. Welcome everybody. Dawn, is that Dawn Daffern or Daffem? Sorry, is that Dawn? Anyway, Dawn, welcome to Big Jet TV. Joining here today, and everybody giving a shout out to her. AC09, well, hi ho, it's off to work. I go. TTFN, ACE 0904 1982. Have a great day, and glad for you that you're able, that you know that you're at work. Of course, a lot of people obviously suffering at the moment in terms of losing their jobs. We need to get the country back moving again. And hopefully we can all sort of like move on from this terrible crisis. Of course, the airline industry itself saying sort of like another 2 to 3 years before it's back operating at 100%. I know I did hear a statement from the CEO of EasyJet saying that it would be 3 years before they're back to full operational capacity, which is daunting to hear. But obviously that's slowly going to come back as time. Oh, here he comes now, look. It's coming out. That was quick. Right, let me just... They don't like it. Permission to speak, sir. Wow, Victor Tilson, I remember those days when he was a boy. He came to Heathrow and it would be like a picket fence, literally all the way around London Heathrow. You could just step over it and probably walk onto the airfield. Just incredible. Thank you very much, Mark Jones. Appreciate it. Chicky A, thank you. EasyJet to cut jobs looking bleak. Yes, indeed. I think about 3,000 jobs across the board with EasyJet. Of course, EasyJet having operations in Europe as well. So just what that split is, we're not 100% sure about. But whatever it is, it doesn't, even if it's just one job, it's not good for that individual or for those individuals. A great shame to see so many jobs being lost. But like I said earlier on, hopefully, with any luck, that will be short-lived. As the demand picks up, those people will be, I guess, called upon to come back to EasyJet. Just trying to throw as positive a spin on it as I possibly can, folks. Kathy Marshall, Jazzy John, welcome Jazzy. American Airlines just sitting at the end of the runway, just waiting for, looks to me like possibly a British Airways Dreamliner. I might be completely wrong on that one. Not on my radar, believe it or not. So Tango Quebec is taxiing out for departure now. And then back to base. We've kind of got to do that quite quick because still working on the quiz because we've been so busy this week. It's been, you know, we've got to finish the quiz basically. I know he's taxiing up. Yeah, I've got him. Yeah. Jeff Anderson, that's fantastic to hear. No. MKR. Chris, tomorrow we're still planning for 7 o'clock, but it may be delayed just due to the fact that we might be coming out to get an arrival at London Heathrow. We might actually, we're looking at the possibility of doing the quiz live from the van in the paddock tomorrow, but we're going to look at the logistical opportunities for that and see whether it will work or not. Seems like it might. Flipping heck, look at them look. Running around all over the place, look. Bunch of madmen. Okay, here he comes now. Andy's saying a quiz question, which horse is the one with a moustache? There's actually a couple of them with moustaches, to be honest with you. I don't know what it's about, but it is a it was a buzzard horse, a sparrowhawk or whatever it was. Here you go. Right, watch this, folks. It's just who's the bloke that parted the seas or something like that? Sorry for my ignorance there, but just need to sort of like part to the sea now, stop the trucks. But it is what it is. Crazy horses. Sorry, I shouldn't really know that song, should I? James Greer tuning in from Colorado. G'day, James. Catching us right at the end of this show. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Can I have your attention, please? Right, folks. There you go. Thanks so much for tuning in. Miss Marple's in the house. Jeff. So look, glad we could bring that to you. Welcome to all the new members, of course. What a fantastic another session of Big Jet TV action, brought to you live to your device or your TV or wherever it might be that you are. So you can get back to work now and do some work and enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Enjoy your day wherever you are. Let's just see what is it? Oh, flipping heck. Oh, okay, yeah. Ignore that, folks, ignore that. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we've got the Boeing 747 British Airways from Bournemouth. So what is this in terms of how she's going to be, is she coming back to be utilised, or I don't know, maybe to make space for another aircraft, who knows. Sandy 32141, don't go yet. Sandy. Oh, Sandy. Harry, don't go anywhere. Timmy Toothpicks. Sandy, thank you for a great show. Gillian, Jerry, Sam Beck, BA 747 on radar. Sam Beck saying, Mr. Righty. So rewind. 4 years in Cayman Islands. Rest in Canada, in Toronto. Jazzy John. Teresa Tinworth. Interesting headgear. Yes, it is. Does the job, though. I tell you what, keeps the old sun off the back of the neck. What? Jumbo fired up in Bournemouth. Jeff Bundy saying, Paul Skilly, Beluga 3, 7 minutes from Chester. Thank you very much, Mr. Chips. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are hanging around for at least another 20, 30 minutes while this 747 comes in from Bournemouth. From storage, this is, folks. So this is an aircraft coming back from storage. Quite what they're going to do with her, I've had absolutely no idea, but we'll have to say. Davey RFC did say it 4 times. There we go. You see, that's a perfect example of me missing your comments, folks. But there we go. Got you in the end, Davey. Thank you very much indeed. David Bisbee, back in the room. I just tuned in, MC Media and Film, saying, don't go anywhere, Paul Rosser. Sandy Humvee, Sandy 32141. Come on, come. Here we go. She's back. Was Jerry just speaking Arabic? Andy saying, no, that's my rewind. So Richard Mortara is still there. Good to see. 1,200 people watching on YouTube right now. 1,100 people watching, holding a firm 1K on both channels. Welcome to everybody. Phil Haywood is watching. John Mason is watching over there on Facebook. Richard Mortara giving a shout out to Rich. I think he's probably referring to Rich Taub, our main man from American Airlines. Who is indeed a fantastic fella, lovely bloke. Met him in Boston as well. He flew all the way to meet us in Boston, and always great to see you there. And Rich Taub got to witness the amazing Sam Castriotta. Anyone who gets to spend 10 minutes in a vehicle with Sam Castriotta will never need to spend the 10 minutes with anybody else in a vehicle, I have to say. She is the most upbeat, fantastic woman I think I've ever met, in terms of, you know, like my jaw aching, and of course Jilly on the phone as well, laughing as well. It's just absolutely fantastic. Wendy van der Weg is here. Steve Love, 747 from Bournemouth in One World livery. Okay, so this is the One World livery that's on the side of the aircraft. And thank you very much for that update, Steve. Stephen Marler sending 100 stars. Stephen, thank you so much. I appreciate it, mate. That's very kind of you. Thomas B. Much, good to see you here. Lynn Keeble, tuning in on Facebook, folks. Christian Robescu, thank you very much indeed. Good to see everybody here. Othman Fuzia sending 50 stars. Thank you, Othman. Greg Lascelle, Jerry, thanks for the shows and keeping our spirits up. Greg, that's what it's all about. It's great to get feedback like that, I have to be honest with you, because obviously, you know, that's what it is all about, is having a great community of people that can sort of like bounce off each other and see light at the end of the tunnel. Remember, right at the beginning of the whole COVID thing, folks, it was very bleak, it was very, you know, uncertain, all of those things that we were discussing. But now there is light at the end of the tunnel. People are working hard to find solutions to everything in terms of getting the world moving again and together again. Lee Wilkins, thank you for 100 stars on Facebook. You're a star yourself, thank you. You guys are the stars, it has to be said. You're the real stars on Big Jet TV. Marco Del Guidis has also sent 50 stars. Thank you, Marco. Very kind of you, sir. Got to get back and do some work. Going to be working tirelessly right the way through this afternoon to get this quiz finalised. Thanks, Paul MK, by the way, and we will obviously get that all set up and ready. And one question we won't be asking is what was the top speed of Concorde, because we got it right, but we got it wrong, if you know what I mean. So again, I still apologise, you know, even though I know it's only a bit of fun. Obviously it's going to be monthly now, folks. Last Friday of every month, or close to it as possible. If it's a 3-week month, I'll be honest with you, we're probably going to run over to the following week, just because we need to work on our scheduling as well. So, and of course we need to, you know, there are pilots that we had questions with, who are now obviously busier. More of their schedule has been sort of like increased, and therefore I don't want to put pressure on those pilots in terms of getting questions from them. We will continue to, however, and we've already got some. One from Neil, I think it is. Is it Neil? It is Neil, the A350 pilot. Judy, am I right in saying that? Yeah, it is Neil. Captain. Oh, Cathay. Ian, there we go, Ian. He's probably watching now and saying, one of these days, mate, you get me bleeding name right. But there we go, Ian. Of course it is Captain Ian, isn't it? With Cathay Pacific. This looks like a 350, talking about 350s. Qatar 350 1000, is it possibly? Yeah, we've already got Ian's question, and thank you to him for that. Lots of picture questions this week, folks. More picture questions than the sort of like, you know, normal questions, if you see what I mean. People always like that. He's come a long way, this boy. What's that, GP? What's that? He is there. Ian, sorry, mate. Or is it Neil? Thanks, mate. If you know me, you know I'm terrible with names. Ian's given us some great questions. which will be spreading out over the months. So he'll make a left turn, I'd imagine. Go and park up next to his sister, who's parked up down there, just offloading out of the belly freight cargo. No, looks like Qatar's going to make it's going to go straight ahead. So we're waiting at the moment. Where's she actually? Boeing 747, folks. It is a shame that we're only going to get her on this runway, but hey, you know, any opportunity we get for a 747, we're there. Kerry Fino, good afternoon to you. Dave Butler, it's not the Dave Butler I used to play golf with, is it? Sent 50 stars. Alan Maskell. Dave Butler's actually a guy that I used to play golf with, and he's he was a driver for the fuel companies that delivered the fuel into London Heathrow. Always used to have a chat about that. Is that another United cruiser? United new livery -10 787. Call it. To fly past straight down the middle of the runway at 50 feet. That'll be a show. Carl Aldred, I'm quite liking single runway ops as we get to here. Carl, I couldn't agree with you more, my friend. When they announced that runway Heathrow was going to be switching to single runway operations, it's something that did excite me in terms of the fact that we get everything. And of course, when we're over next week, of course, it's going to be runway the northern runway, which basically means that we get a great shot from the Renaissance. And again, because of the fact that they've shut Terminal 4 and all the activity is over this side, we're seeing a lot more activity on the remote stands over there, and the United or the Terminal 2 segments that we see there. So we're able to see a great deal more, of course, which is great. Be very interesting to find out exactly what's happening with the 747 in terms of why are they bringing it back here. Martin Saxton's 50 stars. Thank you, Martin, on Facebook. And what a call to get. Hey guys, we need you to head down to Bournemouth to pick up a jumbo jet. How about that? Ryan Davis. Indeed, what are these stars? There's just something that Facebook has started it recently. It's the equivalent of Super Chat on YouTube, which, to be honest with you folks, we turned it off because it was getting a little bit mental. People sending like 200 quid and 100 quid, and it's like wow, man, very, very, very much appreciated and welcomed. But really, your monthly subscriptions is far enough for us to keep the business running. So we don't need you chucking money at us. Really appreciate it anyway. I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything like that in any way. I really do appreciate it. But of course, hold on to it. Put it towards your holiday, or go out and have a beer on me if you can. Brian Mitchell, will there be a show on Saturday? Yes, Brian. I couldn't do a Saturday without bringing you guys a show, or a weekend actually, should it be said. Kimberly Bond, good afternoon. Charles Tomlinson, there we go, replying to Ryan. Look at the comments box for stars. Martin Saxton again, thank you very much indeed. So Carl saying yes indeed. So we're just waiting for a jumbo jet with British Airways One World livery 747 coming in from Bournemouth, folks. This is coming in from storage, this Boeing 747. Oh, blimey, hasn't left yet. Oh, okay. I thought they'd left. Okay. BA 9150 just waiting on taxi clearance, folks, at Bournemouth. Big Joe, #1 Redsman, saying, I can't believe I can't get over that Concord question. It was the difference of me finishing last or second to last. Hey, fair play. Jeff Anderson. Andy. Jazzy John, Chicky A, Debbie Speller, Paul Rosser. Bournemouth to London Heathrow would say be 20 to 25 minute flight. Yeah, indeed, not very long at all. Probably not reach much over sort of like 15, 20,000 feet. What? Gareth Harwood on radar but still on the ground. ABC apparently may have a flyover, a cruiser over the top of me at some point. Andy says, I'm a few days out from my 1 year anniversary with Big Jet TV. 1 year, isn't that where you get your 4th stripe, Julie? There you go. Gareth Harwood, a 4th striper, a captain on Big Jet TV. Chris Scapaloo, Diesel 1313. I can't believe I came 27th in the quiz. Wow. Well, there we go. 27th. That's good. Top 50's decent, isn't it? But don't forget that first place last month was an 11-year-old kid, folks. 11-year-old kid who really knows his stuff. You know, to be honest with you, the quiz is more about time. You get more points for the quicker you answer. So therefore, they've taken away that opportunity of going on Google unless you're unbelievably quick at typing, which of course some people are. But you know, we're talking about people who answer it in like 1.2 seconds, by which time you couldn't have even typed, you know, how many, you know, whatever it says, you know, whatever the question might be. So it's genuine. It's genuine, that guy. What was his name again, Gilly? Sorry, the kid who won last week. Lel Aviation, there we go. So coming from the west, is that right? That 747? I think he should be very, very proud, as his family are. You know, if he was my boy, I'd be so proud of him, man. Like, you know, wow, you know. I mean, what a thing to tell all your mates at school. You know, but you know, I mean, you know, deserves all the praise for that. Anyone who does well in a competition like that, because it is all about timing. It's all about how fast you answer the question. Depends on how many points you get. Because what are points, mate? Plane Finder's channel is actually pretty good. All his models, so makes sense. Plane Finder's channel is actually pretty good at all his models, so makes sense. Plane Finder. I spot a China Southern Tail aviation fan. Yes, you do, my friend. You do indeed. That's their A380, I think, parked up on remote stand. I think that's their 380. Not due to go out till around about 10 p.m, unfortunately. So we won't be getting that. Well, I'll be honest with you, somebody's saying a 380, but just looking at the scale of that, what is next to her, I think, is a 777. And but just looking at that tail, I think that looks Dreamliner-esque. That Dreamliner tail. Let's just have a look at another Dreamliner. Of course we can't because there isn't one around. That's a Dreamliner there, isn't it? It's got the rounded leading edge. When I say that just the leading edge of the. Okay. Oh, Keith Cornell, I'm 15 days away from 12th of June and my 4th stripe. There he goes. It's promotion time for Keith Cornell. Paul Skilling, happy. Also 2 flyovers, east to west, Lufthansa 330 and United 787 together. Wow. Okay, from east to west, I've got that one. Oh yeah, there they are. There they are indeed. Let's just have a little look at this 747. Did we say this was ABC? Okay. Airbridge Cargo. Not a great shot of him. It is an A380. It is an A380, is it? Wow. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So interestingly enough, got a great message from one of the people that run the security teams up there at Stansted Airport. If you remember, we did the piece with Cargo Logic a week or so ago. Well, it is actually 2 weeks ago today, I think, at Stansted. And that aircraft, it came in with PPE supplies, but it was staying overnight. Now, when it stays overnight, you know, there are security teams that are appointed to look after the aircraft, to make sure that nobody approaches it, nobody goes on it, and they basically control the whole human movement around the aircraft. Very interesting. They want to run it on their page, but to be honest with you, as I've put to them, let's do a piece on you guys, because it is very interesting and stuff that people don't understand or realise, you know, in terms of the security. They run everything from bringing the pilots in through the checking system, through the scanners and so on and so forth. But also they have a team of security teams on the ground to look after the aircraft when it's on a night stop from Cairo. Michael K asking about the app. Any day soon, Michael, to be honest with you. You know, it could be. Yeah, probably better, but it's probably going to be about 7 to 10 days, I would have thought. MK, thank you. Wow, Susie Davis has been on Big Jet TV long before was a member with gold membership on Patreon and so on and so forth, I seem to remember. And something before that too. Yes. So Susie's been through all the as have so many people been for all the different levels of membership that we've had, or not levels but different platforms of membership. Of course, now we've got it fully sorted, economy, executive, first class and super class membership. And of course, if you want to find out about that, you can head to bigjet.tv is the website where you need to go, folks. Looks like Qatar's 777-300 is going to come to the party and play before British Airways bring their 747 in from Bournemouth. We've got an update on that, Jilly? Sam Beck, Western Global 747-400 freighter heading your way, Jerry. It's the one you saw at Ord. Wow, he's gone right over the top of me, hasn't he? That I'm taking it that's the... Okay. Yeah, I tell you what, I really enjoyed yesterday, and I know that everybody else did as well. You know, just a fantastic day. And again, you know, cannot thank the guys at Lakenheath enough. RAF Lakenheath, it's called, even though it's a US Air Force base. Primarily F-15Cs and Es. E being the double cockpit with the bomber, the bomb aimer, you know, the ordnance guy, the weapons guy sitting behind the captain, the pilot, and then the F-15C, which is a single operator pilot, controls everything. So he's your sort of like air-to-air combat guy, I'm guessing, whereas the F-15Es will be dropping ordnance as well, guided missiles and so on and so forth, you know, air-to-ground missiles. Mark Cox, it's on radar at Bournemouth, thank you. Stuart Pritchard, no, the app will not contain any in-app purchases. It will just give you links, updates, and of course it will possibly eliminate this whole issue that we have with people getting notifications on shows, because as soon as we know what we're doing, we'll put out a notification, keep it saved on your home screen of your device or whatever it is that you're doing, and yeah, something to sort of like, you know, just a little carry around with you for Big Jet TV. Simon Knock, I've been a member since the Johnny and Jerry days of Patreon as well. Only switched over to YouTube at the end of last year, and what an awesome journey watching Big Jet TV grow. And that growth is down to you folks, the likes of you, Simon Knock, and everybody else. You're all part of it, folks. You are the building blocks of Big Jet TV. You are the fuel of this whole engine. You are the guys that keep it going. And the proof is in the pudding. 4 years, I think we're nearly up to. Maybe, but it's just been a rocky ride in some ways. But we've managed to, we managed to keep it going, and I think it's fantastic with the support. Yeah, we made it through the rain. Yes. Look at that turning, look at that one turning. See that? Is that showing on the screen? What's that? Wow. Yeah, that would be fantastic. What, like the Vulcan to the Trust one? Yeah. Yeah, we'd have to dedicate a spot though. And how big would the names have to be in order to... yeah, they would be. A good idea, very good idea. But they'd have to be little mini individual stickers, wouldn't they? Because... yeah. The only issue with that, I'll be perfectly honest with you, is the fact that little stickers like that, they'll come off very easily. They'll peel off very, if they're tiny stickers. It's better to have them printed on a sheet, you know? A little kid, look. Little kid, look. Bless him. Wow. Just making sure it's out of reach of the horses. Nothing's out of reach of the bleeding horses here, I tell you. Oh, sorry about that. Little Euro wings. Do what? Susie Davis, they even put names on a red arrow hawk. The thing with that, the whole sticker thing, is that we'd have to do it in segments. We'd have to have them printed on a sheet and then put the sheet on the van. Now, the problem with that is that if you have multiple sheets, it can start to look a bit tatty. And I did notice that on the Vulcan, because where the sticker meets the other sticker, can become a little bit sort of like, you know, tatty. But yeah, most definitely we'll look into it for sure. Is this the one with the yellow tail that we saw at Ord? Right over the top. No? Oh, okay. Well, apparently we saw it, whoever just gave me the heads up on that, said that we saw it at Ord, apparently. Same one that you saw at Ord, he said. Or she, sorry, if that was maybe Susie or someone giving us the heads up on that. Paul Skilling, this 787 now heading out to Miami. What's happening in Miami? Why are they going to Miami? That's a big question, isn't it? Maybe delivering PPE to the resorts. Who knows? Yeah, repatriation, I guess. Yeah, but I thought that was all over. Harrison, yeah. Oh, bless him. Oh, Harrison, thank you so much.
Got great mum and dad as well, though, Harrison. Very lucky. As we have so many good people on Big Jet TV, man. I know I do harp on about it a bit, but you know, it is so wonderful. Humbling is something that that happens to me a lot. Being very humbled by Craig Hicks. Welcome to Economy. Jackie's got her and her husband's name on the Vulcan. Yes, we've got ours on there. Big Jet TV is on there. Taxi in now, folks. This is Qatar's 777-300. Okay, there we go, down there, confirming a lot of these aircraft are carrying standard belly freight. And not even PPE. So that's interesting. So a mixture of sort of like e-commerce, freight in general. Cool. Well, we're now waiting. Apparently, the 747 is starting to taxi. Just as that ice. Yeah, Jilly's been in the Vulcan, man. We got her up inside the Vulcan. It's a tight squeeze in there, man. I have to say, it's crazy to think that those guys flew those big long missions. And of course, when we were during the Cold War crisis, they had to fly extensively long missions in order to practice specific scenarios. There you go. Stevie. Stevie's got to go to the shops. Well, I mean, yeah. Couldn't you take your phone with you, Stevie, and sort of like, you know, keep it running, put your headset in, make sure that you got it? Bill M. Good morning from the United States of America. Good morning, Bill. There's one for you. New member James Scott, welcome to First Class, James. Thank you for joining us, and you are more than welcome to this wonderful community that we have here on Big Jet TV. I should really take a drink of water, shouldn't I? Flipping. Nobby Clark. Welcome, Nobby Clark. Right. 747 aborted takeoff, David Story. Kevin Carter, yes, Operation Black Buck with the Vulcans. Sent out there to disable the runway. It was a successful mission. So much that went into it to get it done, but they got it done. Las Vegas Flyer tuning in from Las Vegas, Nevada. How is it out there in Las Vegas, my friend? Must be a ghost town, I'm guessing, down on the strip. Mark Cox, BA rolling right now. Thank you. Jackie Green, yes indeed. Incredible feat of incredible achievement, should I say. You know, the whole mission itself. Multiple refueling missions, refueling as well. So a lot to do. Craig Hicks, Flight Radar 24, now showing 747. Scotty Honeybone, yes indeed it did. Operation Black Buck saw the Vulcan at Riyadh. Teresa Tinworth, Southend in her final year. Wow, anybody who got that, yes, of course, what an incredible sight to see. The Vulcan with the Vulcan howl, something that we're planning to get back to. We did spend a day with the folks up there at Doncaster Airport where she's stationed, and we will hopefully get back there on a dry day like today to witness that howl once again as they do engine runs. Scott Cowell, Craig Hicks, Flying Panther, Chris Horsfield, all telling us that BA 747 has taken off. Mark Cox pleading, please come over my house. Darren Smith, Victor Papa is airborne, heading to London Heathrow. Gareth Harwood, 747 on its way 500 feet. Wow, wouldn't that be amazing? 500 feet all the way here. That's a bombing mission, that is, like, you know, hedge height, as they used to call it. Taken off. Dan Elliott, 747 is airborne on plane finder. Paul Rosser, the Vulcan scared out of the Archers. Yes, Andy, 747 is a 737 on icon on Flight Radar 24. Interesting. Paul Skilling, thank you very much indeed. Dave Carrington, Mr. Righty, Germany 565. Germany calling, 747 is on board, is airborne even, Germany, thank you very much indeed. Tracy Hunt, Andrew Grange, Martin Withers was the Vulcan pilot that bombed Port Stanley. Yes, thank you, Andrew, good information there. Las Vegas Flyer, June 4, casinos can begin reopening. Wow, well, that's good news. I've got Flight Radar on my phone. James Clark saying Jazzy John, Simon Knott, she's on her way. Thank you very much, Stevie. Just stay right there, I'll be back. You better hurry up, mate, because it's only a 20-minute flight and we're already she's already at 5,000 feet, Flying Panther. Thea loves saying I can see her. Wow, Thea's down there. Went down to see Thea one time. Thank you very much indeed, Thea, for the information. Juan Agallo, 5:50 a.m. on this side. I watched all the show, had no sleep. Now to work. You are killing me, Jerry. Cheers from Mexico. Juan, stay where you are. Don't go anywhere. Another 20 minutes or something like that, maybe a little bit less, and you'll get this 747 landing here at London Heathrow. Hopefully she'll make a right-hand turn before she off of the runway. Thea Love can see her. Plenty of air activity over my area recently. Unfortunately, it's been police helicopters. Gold Doric, who quiz day tomorrow. Chicky A, yes indeed it is. Michael Edge, bye for now. Work calls, enjoy the afternoon. BEA, Michael Edge, stay with us if you can. Got one more to do, that's why we're here. 22 years old, Harrison Fenson telling us, Scotty Honeybone, that show was awesome, running the engines up on the Vulcan, and except for the weather. Indeed, it was a great shame, Scotty, because I would have been I would have just had a lot more manoeuvrability had I not been just stuck underneath that wing, which was a great shame because I wanted to do more outside shots so that I could, you know, see the engines, all the exhaust coming out of them. Due at 14:15. That is coming from Gareth Harwood. Colin Johnson, 747, going over me, heading into Stansted. Colin Johnson saying, Wow, that's one. I don't know where that one's coming from, but just got to see the 747 before you, Jerry. Just then saying, well, hey, George Faulkner, Sam Beck had a DHL 350 go over me to EMA. David Story, 747 over Southampton. I don't think she's going to go much over 10,000 feet, to be perfectly honest with you. Wow, okay, 8,000 feet all the way here. How about that? 747 going over Southampton. Frank T saying, Mark Cox, it's gone west over Southampton. Indeed, it has. Everyone's saying it's over Southampton. 8,000 feet just going over Southampton. Matthew saying, architect design, looking forward to that 747, waiting as we all are. British Airways should be watching right now, man. British Airways should be watching right now. Share it to your friends, folks. Let your friends and family know that British Airways are firmly, well, I'd say planning to do as much as they can to get their aeroplanes back in the sky. Levelled off at 8,000 feet, Gareth Harwood, 747 British Airways is in Southampton, Jerry. I don't think it's in Southampton, just stopped off there. 8,000 feet, Justin Goddard saying. When will the 747 arrive, Chicky? Any moment, well, Chicky, in around about 15 minutes, I think you'll find. 20 minutes, he's saying. Bill Kerman just caught an A400 after a touch and go at EDDF. Wow. Been to a few air shows. Vulcan make hell of a noise. Dawn Daffin, yes, unfortunately, Dawn, that's a thing of the past now. Something that we will never see, but you will get to see it here on Big Jet TV. Hopefully, if they do another engine run this year, which I have no doubt they will. Mr. Righty, 8,000, cruising at 305 miles per hour. Jazzy John, thank you. Yeah, give us a thumbs up, folks. I just turned north over Winchester, Paul Skilling saying. Darren Smith, British Air. Okay. Dean Willis tracking C-17 Globemaster doing touch and goes at Bristol. James Clark, do you like the A380 or the 747? James, to be honest with you, I'm amazed by the 380 in terms of its technological design and the advances that they've used on the A380. Although it is quite an old aircraft in terms of technology now, when you look at the likes of the A350, but the 747 is I wouldn't say it's a preferred aircraft, but holds a very soft spot in my heart for her. Oh, Andrew Grange most definitely would love to go to Elvington to do a show on the Halifax and the Victor bomber. Whether they're still running the taxi runs on the Victor, I'm not sure at the moment. I've been, trust me, folks, I've been trying to contact a lot of these people, the museums, and they're all closed, unfortunately. They're just closed. So really what they should be doing at this point in time is updating the public and letting them know what their plans are for this year, at least. And that's what I'm offering these guys and girls to do, is to come up there, do a free show for them, give them some publicity, give them some exposure of the museum, like I've done with Hendon and Wings Museum and other places, as well as the Vulcan to the Trust as well. So that's kind of what I'd like to do, if I can, with as many museums and places of interest, aviation places of interest, as I can. And that'll obviously give their representative an opportunity to stand on camera and say, this is what we're doing to combat the threat of COVID, social distancing, what we're going to be implementing here to make sure that social distancing is observed here at the facility, and so on and so forth. Because if you do it right. Michael Scalera, good day to you. New member on Big Jet TV. People saying welcome to Michael. 747, 10 minutes out. Harrison, sit. Doesn't take long, does it? Hello, Michael. Jerry, I reckon the new Queen of the Skies is going to be the A350-10. She's simply beautiful aircraft. Steve Russell saying, be honest with you, you know, the Queen of the Skies will always be the Boeing 747, but, you know, it's a beautiful aircraft, the A350. Or the 350, as we call it, the 350. Yeah, it could be the Prince, couldn't it? Used to call it the what? Well, it was the Swan, wasn't it? That was the kind of like name that... Okay, yeah. Flying Panther, 747, now descending. Wow. Mark Cox, west of RAF Odiham. Sam Beck descending. Dan the Man, good afternoon to you. Tony McCall going in over Basingstoke. So she'll come into view quite soon, I'd imagine. Gareth Harwood descending already. She's over Basingstoke. Scott Cowell. Paul Skilling loves the A350, as we all do. Mighty Enid. No Queen has less than 4 engines. Yes, indeed. Very true indeed, Mighty Enid. Will there ever be another Super Jumbo? Quite frankly, Sam, no is the answer to that, because the age of the 4-engined aircraft is now gone. It's the Super Twins that we're now is the future, should I say. 9 minutes out of Gareth Harwood. Was Concorde ever called a nickname like the Queen or the 747? I don't think it was it? I don't think it ever had it. The Conch. The Shuttleworth collection at Old Warden, Bedfordshire. Love it there. It's like stepping back in time. J. Beefle. Yes, indeed. There's also a great old collection at RAF Hendon as well. So yes, the Shuttleworth collection is incredible. A lot of those aircraft are airworthy and fly as well. Beautifully restored and beautifully, obviously, very carefully looked after. Nelson Kelly is running 2 350s more efficient than running 1 380. Well, to be honest with you, when you weigh the whole thing up in terms of the fuel burn, yeah, good question. That's a good question. Love to see what the resultant effect would be. But it would all be down to the demand, number of passengers, I'd imagine. Scott Honeybone asking about how far through the show were the F-16s. Quite early on they started, Scott, to be honest with you. But just scroll along if you find it. You'll see them coming out, and then it just gets going, mate. Wow, look how light that triple is, man. Okay, I can see her. I can see her. She's a long way out, but I can see her with. I can see her, but I wouldn't be able to pick it up. with camera like. Nicola H, welcome to First Class, Nicola. Great to see you here. Paul Skilling saying that BA 777 heading to Gatwick. Wow. Eric saying the Speedbird call sign dates back to the company logo that was initially chosen by Imperial Airways. It was carried through to BOAC when it was set up in 1940, and also the first BA scheme in 1974. Great bit of history that, Eric. Something that I did actually mention, I think, on the arrival of the BOAC Retro 747 at London Heathrow. Some great history there, and of course. Back in those days with Imperial Airways, you're talking about Imperial Airways being the flying boats. Initially were the big passenger aircraft of the early era. The early days were flying boats down to India and places like that, and the Sudan and places. Crazy. And then of course the likes of the Super Constellation came into play as well. This is SAS's Neo, I think. So before I go, folks, just to let you know that tomorrow, keep an eye out for any updates and notifications, because obviously tomorrow is quiz night, but we are looking to come out and film the arrival of a couple of aircraft. We're hearing Swiss A340-300, and we're also hearing Condor 767 in the retro livery coming into London Heathrow. A couple of great arrivals, but they are arriving at a time when we would be preparing for the quiz. Means that we've got to work even harder to get the quiz up and running and ready by midday tomorrow. So that's going to be quite interesting. So here comes our 747 now, folks. No, the app's not going to be available, folks, for about another week or two yet. We've got to submit it to Google and to YouTube as is it iTunes for approval. So is it a father and son flying this in? Is that right? It is a father and son piloting this aircraft, folks. What a great thing to have. Have your son in the right-hand seat, I'd imagine. Might be the other way round, I don't know. No. Son's the first officer, yeah, and father's the captain. The son's landing it, yeah? Excellent. Wow. What a day for father and son. This guy is so low. Yeah. Wow. Repeat, GP. Okay, folks, that's your lot. We're back tomorrow. Just keep an eye out for. I mean, obviously, the plan is. I'm not sure if Condor's due in before or after the Swiss, but the Swiss is apparently due in around about 5 to. Is it 5 to 6 or something like that? So we may do the show from this very position here, folks. See how things work out. Maybe get the horses involved. Maybe I could sit on one of the horses and I don't know. I'm only joking. But anyway, listen, folks. Thanks very much for tuning in. I'm gonna head back to the office now. Got quite a lot of work to get done. And we will see you tomorrow on Big Jet TV for the quiz. Get yourselves ready. We'll see you then. Cheers. See you. Bye.